Hello there everyone, I am Ben the Bold, and welcome back to our Hannibal at the Gates playthrough. And well, the first Punic War has commenced, and we are kind of finding ourselves, although we have the positive war score, we're kind of finding ourselves in a little bit of trouble. They have a larger navy than we do. That's right, I know it's sacrilege, but the Carthaginian navy finds itself smaller than the Roman navy. That was just a mistake on my part. I thought I had built up my navy. Well, it was both a mistake and just kind of a reckless decision on my part. I had built up my navy to be 125 ships. Last time I checked, their navy was only around 80. I thought that was going to be sufficient. I then checked before declaring war, and they had built up a much larger navy than mine. It was about 150 ships last time I checked. Alright, so now it's 166. So it is larger than my navy, which is a little alarming. However, I decided, you know what? Let's strike while the iron's hot. I felt like I had a good battle plan. We were going to do a three-pronged invasion. The first prong to move troops up into this kind of satellite Roman territory. Our second prong to move troops into Corsica. And our third prong to move troops into Italy via this southern route. We do find ourselves kind of limited because we don't have naval superiority. We were able to, before the Roman fleet could do anything about it, we were able to move our troops into northern Iberia, kind of the southern Gaul region. We are making gains here, and I don't think the Romans are anywhere to be found. I think instead they have decided to come and attack us right in our homeland in North Africa. I'm not necessarily worried about this. I have 20,000 men coming to respond. If I can attack these two armies separately, I feel like I have a decent chance to win. I can also go ahead and maybe move this army to this pass. I also have landed my kind of grand army in Carthage. There are approximately 35,000 soldiers here, and this is a pretty nice little army, if I do say so myself. We have lots of heavy infantry. We have 5 war elephants. We have plenty of supplies to make sure we can feed those war elephants. We are just going to try to maintain control of Sicily with this army while we are building on to an army in Carthage itself. We are losing funds, although not by a lot. Actually, it says that we're actually gaining funds, so let's let the monthly tick kind of reset those numbers. We do have a scorned family member. Let's go ahead and resolve that before starting the game up again, or unpausing the game. I could think about grabbing this draft act. Yeah, morale of armies is going to be reduced. Manpower recovery speed is also going to be reduced, but I could gain national manpower and have ship damage done plus 10%. Really what I want is military modernization. Anyway, let's try to... Alright, so would I think about maybe switching out my Shepat? Let's see. Ooh, honestly, I might switch the Shepat out for this man. That doesn't help me with my army or my sworn families. It's the Hannibal family. You're just a minor character. You mean stronger omen power. Are you a minor character? No. Alright, so it looks like I'm just going to have to find a Hannibal who can do this. And you do it decently well enough. Once you gain some statesmanship, that is, of course. We also, let's not forget the whole reason we're fighting this war is to take this province. And this is the war goal. So, as long as we hold here, we should be fine. And without any further ado, let's go ahead and unpause the game. Let these sieges continue. In the meantime, I think I'm going to try to pick off this army very quickly. Alright, I'm just going to combine these armies together real quick and chase after these 13,000 men. They actually might be able to defeat me. They probably have a better composition, but we're going to go ahead and see. Alright, so that was what I kind of feared would happen. I'm going to create a new unit. Let's go ahead. And let's give you a general. Yeah, we'll put Gisco in charge. I know that's going to give me Scorn families once again. But let's also make sure we have a decent... I guess deception will be just fine. Harvest failure. We're going to lose a bunch of gold, or make it clear that this is the responsibility of the governor. Carthage loses 10 political influence. Alright, I can be happy with that. 10% of the population. 17 pops will be moved to the neighboring Massilia. Okay, I think I'm just going to do this one. They'll lose 20 province loyalty, but we're okay. We can sort out province loyalty. Okay, now I'll catch them. First with the horses and then with the second army. We don't have a tactics advantage. I wonder if we could switch. They were on bottleneck, correct? So we could go to skirmishing. Alright, our light infantry has just arrived. I don't necessarily know if that's going to be enough to stem the tide of battle. It does appear to be, as their lines do collapse. I'm going to go ahead and select these two units, merge them up again, and they're going to head towards the third Legion. In the meantime, let's just do a quick scan about where we are everywhere else. Continuing to siege in the north, good. And how is our siege going in Sicily? It's going just fine. They do have a large army here, but I'm not worried about it. It's got very low morale, and our siege in Corsica is going just wonderfully. So right now, our main concern is on the North African coast. They are retreating. I wonder where they're going to end up retreating to. We have one in Corsica. Now let's go ahead and make a beeline for this province capital so we can restock our food supplies here. I love how important food has become in this game. I'll admit, in my other playthrough that I'm currently doing, which is, I started out as a small Germanic state, and I've, consolidated and then migrated, and now I'm all the way down in South India. I highly recommend checking it out if you want. It's called the Restless Germanians campaign. But I will admit, army food supplies mechanics are a little annoying in that game, playthrough, just because I'm going full migratory. But I really like the added depth, the added little strategy that it brings in. So we lost more men than they did. That's all right. I'm not concerned about that. As long as we won the battle, we're going to be just fine. And let's go ahead and try to chase down some of their retreating armies. We have a new ruler. I wasn't really watching out for that, but at least our next suffect will come from the mercantile faction, which is good. It gives us extra commerce income per month. I could also... Okay, excellent. I definitely want the populous faction to lose some support, and it looks like it will be losing support to at least the mercantile faction. Let's go ahead and just try to retake some of these territories. Alright, we're looking good everywhere. We're looking good everywhere. We've won a major siege. This is going to open things up tremendously here in the north. And eventually we might consider moving some of these armies, because right now our kind of tribal vassals, they're doing their work up here. So we might consider moving these armies into northern Italy, or better yet, we might just see if we could grab our peace deal. So let's take our war goal, that's for sure. And even though I don't want to take I don't want to take too much from Rome. I want Rome to stay nice and strong because I want Rome to be a major late game enemy. It's just part of the game I'm wanting to play. I want there to be several. I want this to be a real tug back and forth between Rome and Carthage. It's just the way I see and the way I have fun in this game. So I don't want to necessarily take too much in the beginning. So I am actually, and they'll let me do it. So I'm just going to go ahead and take Corsica from them. And could I get them to release a little bit of territory? Specifically, I want them to release territory up here in Iberia. So what... Sorry, I'm just going through trying to... I want them to liberate this territory, personally. Have them liberate Massalia. Yeah, liberate Massalia. They wouldn't do that. Alright, so I'm just going to... This will work. They'll liberate some territory in Iberia. They'll liberate a bunch of territory in Iberia. Excellent. Wonderful. And now we should be able to just march you back. We'll send our grand army back towards Carthage. This army is still assigned to this region. It's going to come southward to try to prevent any barbarian incursions. This army is once again going to be split among its two different parts. So let's, nope, not split in half, whoops. Let's get all the light infantry out. And this light infantry will be added to this region. And the cavalry, the fast cavalry force, will once again go back to where it's needed in the city of Missoua. Speaking of, we are looking decently well in our as far as our economy goes. Let's go ahead and take these guys back to Carthage. And then we will also need to go grab our... going to remove you as a commander, and now let's just assign this army to this region. This will just help keep the province nice and loyal. Now let's take these 125 ships northward. Yeah, of course, we have pirate issues. Always with the pirates, eh? I think I'm going to go ahead... Ooh, I guess I could be importing some things. How about some dyes from Carthage? Sure. Now, the real import routes that I want are into our capital city. Although, I think I'm actually going to hit this Install Provincial Procurators button. Let's go ahead and make our pops in Carthage just a little bit more efficient. And to make them even more efficient, I'm going to add another foundry. So that's going to really increase the starting experience, as well as help out our population output, just our overall population output. it might be time to go ahead and get rid of one of our alliances. I have a feeling I know which one. Probably securing... so it's probably going to have to be the Tartesians. So let's go ahead and... Alright, hold on. I'm getting lots of pop-ups. Lots of pop-ups. So we could either gain a granary... Oh, gain a foundry. I'll do the foundry. Make you a little bit more efficient. So I'm unfortunately going to go ahead and dissolve this alliance. Because soon I will be declaring war against them. Well, as soon as that treaty's run out. Might as well march these 20,000 men down here to the city of Quarta. Speaking of cities, is it worth it for me to go ahead and build another one here? We already have a city here. I'll go ahead and build... Let's do some theaters and temples for now. Let's make the people in this province a little bit more likely to like me. Let's also change this to religious conversion. And for now, I'm actually going to go ahead and just remove you and assign this army to this region. That's going to... Yeah, now all of a sudden you're nice and powerful. We got to let our tyranny start ticking down, man. Because otherwise we're going to have some loyalty issues. Alright, so now with that army in the region, we are gaining province loyalty. We are lacking food up here. That's alright, we're going to move both of these armies into this fleet. And we need to go on a massive naval building spree, don't we? Because we can't let Rome control the seas. That's just not how Carthage can play. We also might go ahead and start moving our way down the center line here. If we're gonna play as Carthage, we might as well embrace our naval roots, right? In fact, it's probably a mistake that I didn't do that already. A shadow in the night. Last night, Milkarim Barca encountered two brute thugs on the way home. Fearing for his life, he barely managed to escape. Today, who should arrive to commiserate but Hiram Barca, self-avowed rival of Milkarim, flanked by the two very thugs who had committed the deed. Sadly, at this point, it is his word against that of Milkaram's. Well, we could say seize him anyway. Or we could put an end to this nonsense. We'd stop seeing him as a rival, and the Barca family would lose some family's prestige. I'm just going to do that. I'm going to drill some armies. I know that I also need to make sure that I have the money to... Oh no! Have you head this way? Put you on defend borders. Just going through and having all of my regional armies both defend borders as well as drill. Now that's going to hurt my balance as far as money goes. I'll have you drill as well, although that's really going to hurt how much money I make. Now I'm only making 2 gold per month. Yeah, say goodbye to... Ooh, call to arms from Iberia. The pre-Indo-European local power of Iberia calls upon us to join them in their wars. Who are they fighting? Oh, they're fighting Turdetania. Turdetania's way down here. Is this... They're fighting... You know what? I'm actually going to accept this offer because they're fighting a lot of people that I actually want to fight, including what the country I need to grab all of this territory from. Now, or I gotta be careful, because if I'm... I mean, it would be better if... You know what, I'm just gonna accept the offer. Are we gonna become the war leader? No, we're not. Well, I want to accept the offer anyway, just because, hey, they came to our aid in war, we should come to theirs, right? So that means we are going to have to fight against the Turtanians again. That's alright. Meanwhile, that actually should help our economy a little bit. I'm going to add a couple more Liburnians to our fleet. Let's take a look, since we see the Roman fleet, at their composition. They have 8 heavies and a bunch of medium and 53. Alright, so we're not in that bad a shape as far as how our navy's shaping out. We have more light ships. We also have more of those heavier ships, so might go ahead and add a few triremes to the mix. But no, I'm actually feeling pretty good. I didn't want to engage their navy, but I don't know. Hopefully someday soon we will. You're already going to deal with that. I'll go ahead and divert these, and you need a new general. We'll put you in charge. You're a much better general. Scandal. Scandal is unfortunately just part of court here in Carthage. Ordinarily, we would simply ignore such petty squabbles. However, on this occasion, the esteemed, what's-her-name, Hannibal was found, in flagrant delicto with his lover. Well, we could say this is none of our business. We'd gain 5 support for the populist faction, which I don't really want. We could have him flogged, or he could just lose his position in government. He's the augur. Yeah, I'm just going to do that. Now I need a new augur. Well, that's okay. This could be a decent chance for Bostar Barca to gain some prominence, so... Oh, Rome already wants some trade with us. You know what? We are a mercantile power. We're not going to let just a little petty war get in the way of trading, right? After all, we did win that war. And we won it. I mean, I'm not going to say we won it handedly, but we definitely didn't lose. We're going to just stack wipe those 1,000 troops. Very easy, very easy. I don't really think I'm going to move the Grand Army down here. I might consider building another army. Uh-oh. Milkarim's gained Montagra. Yeah, there we go. Let's go ahead and wipe those barbarians out. Good for that. Yeah, I might consider building another army in Iberia. Let's actually just go ahead and build a couple slingers. We'll then fill out that army as needed. We don't have a ton of extra cash to work with, but... Interesting. Can I place someone a little bit better in charge real quick? Yeah, there you go. Now we'll win that fight. Oh, come on, fight me. We can take you. And it looks like they're just going to be stuck in that loop for a little while. In the meantime, I guess I should just keep on keeping on up here in the north. We'll have you siege down that fort. These are all veterans of many wars at this point. Alright, I see what they were doing. They were waiting for reinforcements. Well, that's okay. You keep jumping back and forth too much, and you're going to let me siege down this this fort. In fact, it might already be too late. Come on, take the fort. Defeated more barbarians. Good. Take the fort, right here. Take the fort, take the fort. Nope. Oh well. Oh, they're going to probably wait for those 7,000 men to come. Too late. Oh, too easy. Do we have any elephants in this army? Yeah, and they didn't even have to engage. Do we have a significant tech advantage? Let's take a look. They're at 111. What are we at? We're at tech 3. Yeah, we did. Man, if we ever got enough gold for some of these inventions... Quadrireme? Ugh, what a word. Quadrireme discipline, as well as just discipline up. That one is what I really want. Although state, religion, happiness... I mean, all of these are good. That's the thing about the big nations. You never get to be quite as advanced as some of these smaller ones because you just can't afford the inventions. Now, obviously, we make a ton of money. A lot more than these small nations, but I also have a lot of money I need to spend, or a lot of things I need to spend money on, you know? We're gonna go ahead and fight this second fight. You know what, we'll force their hand a little bit, bring in this army. Excellent, we've defeated more barbarians. Perfect. We'll bring in another army just to force their hand. It's gonna be an easy victory. Again. And again, didn't even need the elephants. So again, let's take a look at this mission. What do we need to finish it? We need... So if we can... I mean, I know it's a long shot to have... Because currently we're at war with these nations. Honestly, I probably should have waited. I probably should have declared war on them on my own. Because what we're basically allowing them to do is have someone else gain control of our peace treaty. And someone who's actually losing the fight at home. That's alright, we're going to win the fight for them, I think. Let's go ahead and start building up to a new army. Alright, so yeah, now we have a brand new army in the works. I'll tell you what, if we lose this war, I'm going to be mad because we have certainly done our part down here. Oh, come on. Go ahead and fight me. Dare ya. Bring it on. You're going to come down for my city? I see you. Two can play at that game. Looks like this army is almost finished. Ooh, it actually doesn't know who's going to win this. Again, our morale is just higher. We're going to do... They're going to do more damage to us, but... Again, once these elephants get in the fray, they can really punch through... pretty much anything. So, we're going to win that fight after all. I was wrong to worry about it. We are, I think, just going to have to sit tight for a second. Let's, well, actually, we'll go ahead and move this army towards this siege. Let's give you a new leader. You seem pretty competent. We have won this siege. That's going to start giving us more territory. Let's just move you down to this place. Siege down this fort. We may not necessarily save our ally here, though. That's the real problem. Are you gaining food? Yes, you are. Perfect. Alright, these 15,000 men will come this way. They'll still actually resupply food here because we own the province capital, assuming there is food, which there is. There's 500 food there. Your food is ticking up. Excellent. We have 20,000 men here. Ah, I see. Ah, because this is all one. Okay. Well, originally I had you set to, let's have you defend borders. Are you going to come in and attack here? Although you're, yeah, 0 marshal. Great. Alright, so we're going to have to move our 10,000 troops. Let's grab our navy. Tell you what, I'm definitely ready to be done with these barbarians. That is for sure. Monetarily, we're still looking really good. I'm going to move one of these. Let's go ahead and pull you out of this region. And you, I wanted you to be in the Numidian region, so we'll move you there. In the meantime, we'll just continue to siege down. These sieges are going fairly well. Fairly well. Unfortunately, we are going to have to end here for the day. I'm just running out of time in the afternoon. But we have actually done a fairly decent job. We did win the first Punic War. We didn't actually take much territory. We took the island of Corsica from them. We'll look to colonize that in the near future. We also, importantly, took that one little area, or little territory in Iberia that we needed away from Rome. Hopefully Rome will now get the idea and realize that Iberia will belong to Carthage, and Rome will try to expand elsewhere, especially if it were to expand into Gaul. That would be fun. But yeah, Iberia belongs to Carthage. We will fight Rome anytime it tries to take us on there. We will also inevitably end up fighting Rome many, many times in this series. We're still pretty early on in the campaign. We're still under 100 years in. So, yeah, unfortunately, again, that's where I'm going to have to end it for today. I hope you're enjoying the series. If you are, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button if you want to see more. And I will definitely catch you on the next one.